the A to Z of refurbs, and it's time for J for joists. So just busting a bit of jargon, really. Be one of those things that you'll talk to a builder or be on a viewing, and someone will mention joists. So what are joists? They are just horizontal even lengths that either support your ceiling or support your floor. There'll be wood or there'll be timber, and normally you wouldn't really see them because they'll be one of those things that are tucked away behind your first fix, and they'll hide all your bits of kind of plumbing and your electric cables and all those kind of things that you don't really want to see around the place. But traditionally, joists can suffer from four problems. So the first one, move my finger back on camera, is damp. So that can be caused by kind of condensation and leaks. Wet rot is your second one, and you'll notice if you've got some of that. Primarily, it'll be on the ground floor, and when you're walking around the property, you'll feel the floors a little bit springy. It's a really good indication. So always try and walk around the edge of the property, around the walls, because that's where the first part usually of any kind of problems with your joists will be, where it's butted up against the wall or something like that. So have a look there. Dry rot will be the third problem that you might encounter, and that's actually probably started as wet rot and then moved searching for more food source, which will be the timbers. So you might find some little fungus or some orange spots, although really kind of thick looking spiderweb stuff. That's a really good indication. And then the fourth thing that joists sometimes struggle with is insect infestation. So things like little beetles or woodworm can be treated quite easily, and it's just where they've kind of burrowed in to lay their larvae, and usually about like a millimetre or so kind of little holes, and you can pick them up quite easily. But on the upside, they can all be repaired quite straightforward and fairly easily. If they need to be cut out and replaced, they can be. There's loads of methods of splicing timber and hanging them with joist hangers and repairing that sort of thing. But ultimately, the biggest problem you've got is fixing what the issue was. So whether it was the damp, whether it was the wet rot, whether it was the dry rot, whether you've got insects getting in, whatever it might be, ultimately, there's no point in replacing a joist and not fixing the issue. So that's what you need to do. Cheers.